his death. Democrats had hoped they could pay tribute to Floyd in another way tomorrow with the signing of the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act. Among other actions, it would set up a national registry of police misconduct.
But so far, the Floyd bill has been stuck in the Senate over the issue of qualified immunity for officers. The White House says President Biden remains hopeful.
The president is still very much hopeful that he will be able to sign the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act into law. And we are, of course, very closely engaged with the negotiators, while also leaving them room to work.
CNN's Joe Johns joins us now from Minneapolis. So, Joe, how is the family feeling about their trip to Washington now that they know this legislation is in limbo?
Well, I'm hearing anger, impatience, urgency. It's not really directed at Joe Biden, if you think about it, because there is an expectation that he's going to sign a bill once it gets to his desk. But the concern here is about police reform, specifically the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act, because people here say one of the major things they want is a bill with teeth. They don't want the Congress to rush through and send something to the president's desk just for the act of doing it. The other thing I think is important to say is, while there is an awareness here in Minneapolis and in many other places that people have talked for a year about change since the death of George Floyd, the fact of the matter is we've had a number of high-profile, questionable, controversial situations where people have died in police custody or at the hands of police across the United States with no satisfaction to the families, which is something Ben Crump, the civil rights attorney who spoke here, was also for a while a representative of the family. He read some of the names of the people across the country who have died, and he also said this, listen.
What is it about a black man running away from the police that is the most dangerous thing in America? That's what we have to answer, because we know that it's not lack of training, it's not lack of professionalism. The police can de-escalate just fine when they want.
So that speech was at the rally and march yesterday here in Minneapolis. Tomorrow, there's going to be a candlelight vigil. Also, as you said at the top, the family of George Floyd going to the White House to meet with the president on the very same day, the anniversary of the death of George Floyd. Back to you.
Joe Johns in Minneapolis. Joe, thank you. Well,